Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes was so inviting. Something in your smile was so exciting. Something in my heart told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people. We were strangers in the night up to the moment when we said our first hello. Little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embrace, a dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight. The song cracks me up. In love forever, it turned out that way. It, it turned out so right for strangers in the night. I gotta try this again. I don't know why. This song is just the height of schmaltz. It's like the Mount Everest of schmaltz. Hey, what's up, Z? Aloha. Aloha. 3 p.m. in Hawaii, 6 p.m. in Los Angeles, 9 p.m. here in Brooklyn. Hello. Yes, everyone had their own words, Mary, for this song. I messed up a little bit of the chords or something in the middle there. I wanna see if I can. Oh, I just looked up how to make this A7 flat 9. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful chord there. I just got to use it. Use it. Okay, we're going to try that. We're going to try that middle section again. There it is. That's the A flat, the A7 with a flat 9th. Okay. Strangers in the night, two lonely people. We were strangers in the night. There it is. Strangers in the night, up to the moment when we said our first hello. Little did we know, love was just a glance away. Love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance. Jesus, I'm laughing at this song and it's kicking my ass. Love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight, in love forever. It turned out all right. No, not all right, so right. It turned out all right. It turned out so right for strangers in the night. Doobie 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 doo. Shadoobie doobie shooby doobie doo. Da dee da 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 ba dee da. I'm gonna have to do this song again tonight. I feel like I didn't squeeze all of this schmaltz out of it. It needs a little more schmaltz. Good evening. This is the nosho. Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Hey, Mom. Hey, Richard. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Mary. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Ho, ho, ho. Doobie doobie doo. Doobie doo doo. Doobie doobie doo. I think that was it Sinatra singing this, who started with the Scooby Dooing, the Shooby Dooing, in case the thing wasn't schmaltzy enough. Shooby Doo, strangers. All right, now I'm going to try to sing it seriously with a real romantic sheen on this thing. A patina, a patina of timeless courting and love. Strangers. See, I can't do it with a serious face. That's why, I don't get it. Like these guys, like, hey, OSM, what's up, Paul? What's up, Doctor? Happy birthday! Oh my God, happy birthday! Oh God, this is overwhelming. My good friend, the Doctor. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dr. Pottinger. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wondering for the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Something in your eyes was so inviting. Something in your smile was so exciting. Something in my heart told me I must have you. Strangers in the night, two lonely people, we were strangers in the night. Up to the moment when we said our first hello, little did we know, love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. Screwed it up again. Love was just a glance away, a warm embracing dance away. And ever since that night, we've been together, lovers at first sight. Maybe that's the line that really cracks me up. Lovers at first sight, in love forever. It turned out so right for strangers in the night. All right, I think I squeezed all the schmaltz out of that. All right, so we have the West Coast. Welcome, Seattle. We got Chicago. Welcome, Mary. We got the Bronx. Welcome, Mom. We got Hawaii. Welcome, Z. So, yeah, that was, I don't know what happened. What got into me? That song popped to mind. I thought I got to give that one a go today. Oh, hey, Portland. We got Portland also. So we got the Pacific. We got a lot of representation from the Pacific Northwest. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. So we have the in Maine, we got the Pacific Northwest and we got the Atlantic Northeast. Fantastic. And we got upstate New York, Oneonta. Absolutely. Oneonta counts for something. I was also wanting to do this tune tonight. A few people recommended it. So welcome to the No-Show. The No-Show happens every night at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. in upstate New York, 6 p.m. in Seattle and Portland, 3 p.m. in Hawaii. This is a song. So what I do is I ask people if you would recommend a song that you'd like me to sing. A bunch of people mentioned this one, or it came up a few times. If I Were a Rich Man, Fiddler on the Roof. I'm I'm gonna give it a whirl. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna give it a whirl this second, but it's gonna happen tonight. Um, I had a really fun time doing this with an orchestra once. I did it at my 25th college reunion, where I got to sing with the Boston Pops. So that was very fun, and got to really ham it up because the guy playing Tevye, Topol or whoever does it, does this little shimmy. He does this little shimmy thing when he goes diggy diggy dum. Oh, and hey from the Pine Barrens. What's up, New Jersey? Nice to see you. All right. What did I want to mention before I move on to the next song? Oh, we're moving ahead with this adoption of the third member of the pack. The beautiful 5-month-old, apparently 5-month-old, 50-pound Great Dane mix. So probably she's going to be a big girl. And so we're going to start the foster. She's arriving from Texas. She's fleeing the right-wing insanity in Texas, where it's no longer legal to get health care if you're a woman, and where right-wing chest-thumping insanity is on the ascendance, it seems like. Anyhow, so luckily, the beautiful puppy is escaping all that, coming north. Oh, so her name is she has um, an interesting, mysterious name, Callie something. Oh, hey, 16 tones. I did not say all Texans agree. 16 tone studio. I said that that stuff was on the ascendance. So I did not say that they all agree. So just a little correction there. Obviously, not all agree, but unfortunately, your state house and your governor and your senators, it's a real problem. So I absolutely didn't mean to suggest that everyone, but we got to call it like it is. Um, yes. Oh, okay, 16 tones. I hear you and I appreciate that. I get it. I feel for you. I feel for anyone living in those states. I have friends now thinking about where to send their daughters for college, and this has now become a consideration. A young woman going off to college has to think about that now. Am I going to go study at a college or university in a state where I can't get health care if I need it? It's shocking, but that's where we're at. Anyhow, the dog is on the way soon, and that's the excitement. See, I normally, as I don't really get into politics much on this show. It's causing me to sneeze, and it's causing a little schwitzing. I got all heated up. Yeah, you mentioned that South Dakota. Was it South Dakota or was it Montana? Where was that crazy gnome? But in any case, yeah, South Dakota, I guess. I think that's some sort of a felony, I think. That sort of animal abuse of killing a dog just because you don't like it or like how it behaves. I think that Christy Nome, the district attorney, should look into that. No joke. Animals have rights, and abusers of animals are often abusers of other people as well. All right. Speaking of animals, this guy's a milk. This guy's got some cows. He's got some cows and chickens and turkeys and geese. If I were a rich man, digga 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 dum. All day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle deedle diddle. It's interesting. It's written diddle deedle diddle. It's actually written by Sheldon Harnick. Deedle diddle. Hey, what's up, Florida? Hey, Pontevedra. Yeah, so they write out the. It's sort of like shtetl Yiddish scat. It's like scatting, but it's written diddle deedle. But no one sings diddle deedle. They say biddy biddy, or they go higga digga. I don't know what they do. Anyway, it's worth check out Topol doing this in the I guess in the film from like '72. Wouldn't have to work hard and diddle deedle diddle digga 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 dum. Turning the page. If I were a biddy biddy rich and digga digga diddle diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There could be one long staircase just going up, and one, there's an E flat major 7. One even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. See, I told you there were going to be animals in this song. And each loud. Also, here they write the words quack, cluck, gobble, and honk. But you'll notice that anyone doing this tune in the show, they just make the animal noises. But I'm just going to sing it. I'm just going to sing it as written. And each loud quack and cluck and gobble and honk will land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. Ah, I see my wife, my Golda, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Hoy, what a happy mood she's in. Screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town will come to fawn on me. They will ask me to advise them, like Solomon the Wise. If you please, Reptevia, pardon me, Reptevia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Da-da-dee-da-da, da-ba-da-da, and it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the Eastern Wall. And I'd discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. This would be the sweetest thing of all. Ah. If I were a rich man, digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-dum. All day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. A digga 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 dum. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan? If I were a wealthy man. Oy vey. All right, there we go. You need an orchestra or a piano for that, honestly, because it's all about the rhythm and the diggy dum. But we gave it a whirl on the ukulele. Thanks for suggesting it, and thanks for putting up with my sticky fingers. Here's a photo. So this is the old sheet music, like from the beginning, like from the original. So there's like photos from the. Was it Norman Jewison who directed this? I think so. There's Topol with his horse. I don't know what the horse's name was. There's Topol with his horse again. The horse is getting a lot of attention in this one. Music by Jerry Bach. Let's not forget music by Jerry Bach. Lyrics by Sheldon Harnick. You know, I had a really funny thing happen 31 years ago. 31 years ago, when I was doing my first auditions I got back to New York after doing some studying in London and sort of starting to do some voice training. And I did some auditions in the summer of '93, I think it was, yeah, for some musical theater, like summer stock musicals. There was a little company here in New York that would do musicals that would kind of tour, not exactly to schools, but something like that. So I go into audition, and I go in with this song, and the guy who's auditioning me is Sheldon Harnick, the guy who wrote the lyrics, which was just insane. So I was auditioning for this little. That's what I think. That's one of the magical things about New York. I was auditioning for this little theater company that sent a lot of shows out on tour, and sitting in the room there was Sheldon Harnick, the guy who actually wrote those lyrics, and he gave me some tips. He was like, you know, you want to loosen it up, and you want to. That was just unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, da, 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 dun, dun. Oh, Richard, you were in that musical in high school. Amazing. Yeah, it's a great musical. Myra says, "Why don't they show these movies anymore? I love them." Yeah, that's the kind of movie they might show at like a revival art house cinema, but you can just watch it on. One of the big reasons is because you can just stream it anytime. You can probably get the full movie on YouTube. Um, who was it? Oh, my friend Doug told me just the other day he was at some event and he met the woman, a very charismatic, fun woman who was sitting at the same table with him at some fundraiser, I think. Um, and he was chatting with this woman. It turned out she was a woman who played one of the daughters in the movie. That was her giant break. Oh, Myra, you're in Scotland. Fantastic. I love Scotland. Have we talked about that? I got to do some comedy in at the Stand in Glasgow and at Monkey Business, I think it's called, in Edinburgh. I love Scotland. I was there a few times. And at the Yes Bar in Glasgow, which I think is no longer there. Um, oh, Turner Classic Movies, Kathy. That's a great tip. Yeah. I don't know, Myra, if you can get that channel over there, but there's this thing, Turner Movie Classics or Turner Classic Movies. It's a channel that just shows the golden oldies. Um, All right, I'm going to mention one more thing in the world of politics. Um, Jeffrey says that Jerry Seinfeld says that movies are over. Yeah, I saw that quoted somewhere. I didn't read it. It sounds like one of those hyperbolic pronouncements that's just a vague idea, and it's just, I think it's silly. Of course, they're different and they're shown differently and they're consumed differently, but they're not over. Come on. Come on. Um, Here's what I wanted to say. I'm generally actually very optimistic about um, this upcoming presidential election in November, but there are polls that might say otherwise. But a friend of mine said something to me today that was worrisome, which was that people are reacting to what's going on, this sort of campus business, the protests and the shutting down of the protests. But my take on it is that people should just relax about it. It's the story about it is bigger than the event. Here's what I mean. There's a few campuses, there are a few protesters. It, to me, objectively, it's not that big a deal on the scale of human activity and human suffering. But it's been turned into such a massive story that it's actually possibly having an effect on the electorate by taking some people who would normally be Biden voters, I've heard now, and switching them over and saying, "Oh, we need this, I guess, fascist autocrat to return for, I don't know, law and order, since he's a felon, allegedly, but now he's convicted um, of contempt of court, which is not a joke." So, in any case, yes, Dawn, don't feed the bad energy. That's kind of what I mean. Um, I just haven't been watching. Although I will say this, I've been wrong in the past. It happened once because when January 6th was happening, actually the night of January 6th, I was a guest with my dad on the David Feldman show, and we were talking about it and sort of joking about it because my feeling was, oh, this is kind of just a bunch of people going wild, and it's not that big a deal. It turned out I was very, very wrong. Um, it became clear over the next few days just how serious, and months and years. But um, anyway, I just hope people aren't too alarmist, and their opinions don't get, and their reason doesn't get clouded by the fact that there's some unpleasant things going on. But that doesn't mean you throw out democracy. That's what I mean. Um, I just opened an old pocket Italian dictionary. I was just seeing if opening to a random page would shed some light on by showing me a word. Ghignare. That's a word I didn't know. Ghignare, to grin. There, that's a little bit of wisdom. Grin. Smile, da 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 da. Smile, ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. That's the Charlie Chaplin one. We did that on the show a couple of weeks ago. Smile, da da dee da da da. We give away our power. We give our power away when we wait. What did that say? Yes, Dawn. We give our power away when we worry. I'll get on board with that. I think that's right. You don't have to worry about that. I think that's right. Yes, and also I agree, Karen. Let people protest. Protest is just the one thing that was convincing to me was there was this an op-ed by yesterday in the Times about the fact that if you're going to protest like on a campus, you can't camp out and take over the quad indefinitely, because then you're denying other people that space where they're supposed to be allowed to protest also. So you can protest, but you got to obey the law. Ba da 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 da. Don, I hope you're right. Don says, I hope you're right. I think you are right, but let's see. All right, there goes the show. The show happened, and I'm going to close the show. I also wanted to sing this one, but I'll do this another night. Deep River, which is a beautiful spiritual. Deep river, my whole. I wonder. 16 Tones asks, I wonder whether there might be more astroturfing instigators. Oh, I don't know. That's too deep in the weeds for me at the moment. For this particular moment on this particular show. Good night, Richard. Thank you for tuning in. All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, etc. That's not the song I usually close with. Here we go. I'll be loving you always, with a love that's true always. When the things you've planned need a helping hand, I will understand always, always. Days may not be fair always. That's when I'll be there always. Not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. I'll always be here at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock every night. Thank you very much for your eyes and your ears. This has been the nosho. And yes, Mom, you've said it right. Vote, vote, vote. Make sure we all do the same and smile. Well said. We'll leave it with that. Thanks, 16 Tones. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Z. Thank all y'all. Again, I appreciate you very much. And please share this. Share the link to this with someone who you think might enjoy it as well. Bonne nuit. Fais des beaux rêves. Yes. Sweet dreams, Jeffrey. Thank you. Good night, everybody. And good night, Mobius.